name's Mared and this is Nick, and we work for a company called Western Power Distribution.
And we look after the electrical distribution network of the Midlands, South Wales, and the South West.
Sorry. We're the ones who make sure that when electricity leaves the power station, it arrives at your home safely. So we don't make electricity, we don't sell electricity. We're just the ones in the middle to make sure that when you need it, it's there. This service costs our customers about 27 pence every day. Essentially, we're the people who make sure that the lights are on whenever you're home. Hey, just like your teacher. Look, lights are on, no one's home. Lols.
Electricity is a strange thing. You can't see or hear it. I wish I was talking about Justin Bieber right now. But you can see and hear the effects of electricity all around you, usually, like Justin Bieber.
Hey, be a believer. Now, electricity is created by the tiny movements of little things called electrons, that when they move, they create a type of energy. I would explain more to you, but then you'd be all like, what? Get it? What? It's a measurement of electricity, like in a light bulb. Never mind, I'll explain later.
I don't get electricity jokes. What's so funny?
Good one. Whenever I try to come up with an electricity joke, my head hurts. Get it? Hurts is another time. No, they get it. Their heads mega hurts right now. I'll explain all later.
Wow, just wow. So, what's the difference between these jokes and a battery? A battery's got a positive side.
Okay, moving swiftly on. Yeah, so we'll start off by talking about static electricity. Now, static electricity is the sort where if you rub your feet against the carpet and then touch your friend, they get a bit of a shock. Yeah. It also helps us to do really cool tricks like this.
The science behind this is simple. So on the wall, there are positive and negative charges, and when you rub a balloon on your head, it creates friction, which causes the negative charge, the electron, to move over and it leave the wall with a positive charge. So when you have two magnets, positive and a negative, attract each other, and positive jump away from each other.
I just got rid of that positive charge I was carrying. I'm ecstatic.
And we have current electricity, the important one that powers everything in our house, including your fridge, the TV, your Xbox, and, yep, you guessed it, your best friend, your mobile phone. Selfie, #WPD.
Yeah. Now, even though current electricity is very, very useful, if you don't respect electricity, it can be very dangerous. Now, one of the ways that we measure electricity is called volts. But how many volts does it take to kill us?
Well, there's 230 volts in your house. So, I've got a battery here, and one battery is 9 volts of electricity. So, if I had 6 batteries, 9 volts each, how many volts are we talking about?
Whoa, wait a minute. Nobody said anything about maths in this gig. Someone get my agent on the phone.
Maths is the only subject that counts. Or multiplying in this case. 54 is the answer.
55.
54 is more than 10 of your BFFs altogether. Who would have thought your BFF could be so dangerous?
Sorry, trick phone, couldn't help myself.
Yeah, thanks. Now, electricity isn't just in your homes. Electricity leaves the power stations and travels to your homes, and that's what we do. When electricity leaves the power stations, it leaves at extremely high voltages, tens of thousands of volts. It then makes its way to your homes, gets broken down into smaller, more usable voltages for your homes. And we do this using something called transformers.
Robots in disguise.
Not that kind.
So, when electricity is at high voltages outside, it can jump through mid-air. And it can jump meters of length.
And this can be very dangerous.
Oh, will you stop it? Right, so there are 3 places that you're going to encounter high voltage electricity when you're out and about. 1, up above. 2, in the street. And 3, in places you shouldn't be.
So, number 1, up above our heads. Sometimes, when we are outside, the electricity can go over our heads.
Like most of our gags.
But it can be really shocking too.
Also, like most of our gags.
Sometimes electricity is carried from the power plants to our houses through underground cables, or usually it goes above our head through wires and poles, or things we call pylons. When you're outside doing an activity, it's really important to check your surroundings. I'm talking about doing things like flying a drone, a kite, fishing, or even putting up a tent.
I'm not much one for camping. I find it intense. I once went camping with a friend, but that was just too intense.
If you come into contact with these wires, it can result in serious injury or death.
Which leads us to safety tip number 1. Look up. Pylons, poles and overhead wires are everywhere, so make sure you're very careful.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Very mature. Number 2. In the street, urban areas, places where there's a lot of buildings, like cities or towns.
Here, the electricity is travelling to substations and to your homes, but it also can be found in things we call street furniture. Sometimes you'll see workers digging up certain areas. We call these works excavations or street works. You must never play anywhere near street works. The underground cables are carrying high voltage electricity and these cables will be live.
They will have barriers around them. Please don't knock these over. It could put innocent people's lives at risk.
When we talk about street furniture, we mean things like street lights, street signs and traffic lights. If these get vandalised, the wires inside could kill you. And if you're responsible for vandalising these, there could be a huge fine.
Fine!
No, not like that.
Oh. When you are around street furniture, please be aware of it. If you see immediate danger, please call the police on 999. If you see danger, but it's not immediate, call us on 105. And remember our safety tip to look out.
What? Where? Number 3, places you shouldn't be, like disused buildings and substations.
You should never go into a disused building. They may look spooky and fun, but they are very dangerous. The electricity may be in disrepair and may not be switched off, and it could be very powerful electricity which can jump gaps towards you. If you see someone entering a disused building, please phone the police on 999. And the tip here is to stay out, as it is for substations. Never play near a substation. They are very dangerous. They contain high voltage electricity, which kills. It can jump gaps, so never enter a substation. They have big fences to keep the public out. Even attempting to climb the fence can cause serious injury. There are also lots of warning signs around the outside of the substation.
Signs like this.
Slick.
Thanks. Now you must never graffiti or vandalise the signs around a substation, as it could have dire consequences for other people. You should also never go inside a substation. The electricity in there is so powerful that it can jump, it could seriously injure or kill you. So if you see anyone vandalising the signs around a substation, give us a call on our easy to remember number, 105.
If you did lose something inside a substation, never attempt to get it yourself, whether it's a football, a frisbee or a mobile phone. You must never get it yourself. Call our number off the warning signs. Phone this and we will happily get it for you. Use the number 105, stay alive.
Well, we hope you've learnt a lot with us today.
Yeah, and there's lots more to learn and lots more fun to be had by going onto our website at www.powerdiscoveryzone.com. And however much fun we've had today, remember that the consequences of not respecting electricity are serious injury or death. Remember as well that the 3 places that you'll find electricity lead us to our 3 safety tips. 1. Look up. Pylons, poles and overhead cables are everywhere, so be extra careful before flying kites or drones. And always be aware of your surroundings before camping or fishing.
2. Look out. Be aware near street works and keep your eyes open for damaged or vandalised street furniture. Use the phone number 105 to report it.
3. Stay out. Substations and disused buildings are extremely dangerous places and could even be deadly, so just stay away from them.
Remember the phone number 105. Stay alive. 11 words that can save your life and others. Look out, look up, stay out.
105, stay alive. Electricity is incredibly useful. We couldn't imagine our lives without it. From enabling us to do cool little tricks.
Empowering our everyday life. But if you don't respect it, you never know when it might shock you.